Hey all, let's go. Let's get in here. Let's get in here. Okay. Um, we hear a lot of talk, about every time we have these conversations about married at first sight, everybody wanna, bring up all the other couples and all the other people. So I figure we do a worst contestant, flashback live. Okay. So let's do a worst contestant flashback live. We gonna go over who we think was. Oh, y'all, I got my phone volume up. I'm trying to see the comments. We gonna talk about the worst contestants, the who we think were ever on Married at First Sight. Since we got so much energy towards Chris and the experts this season, okay, I think we should talk about how they've been messing up for the longest. Okay, like this isn't the first time they've been picking the wrong people. Okay, this isn't the first time we've been having bad contestants. So like let's talk about it. The experts has been giving us these, run around people for the longest. Okay, they've been giving us the Christinas who was living in a car. Okay, they was giving us the Matts who was also living in cars, and basketball players ain't have no money, just here for the free meal. Okay, they've been giving us, the Michaels who was lying the whole time. Okay, the Brandons who had the anger issues. Okay, the Taylors who was the social media whores. Okay, we had the Katie's who was crazy. Okay. Yes, the talk dude. I think that you talk about Matt. We had the Luke who was undercover. Okay, okay. Like let's get into it. The experts have been messing up for a long amount of time. They did not just start messing up when it came to Chris. Okay, we've had a whole trail of people. We've had Katie who was in love with her ex still. Remember that, y'all. Remember, we can't act like Chris, like we just getting this. Remember, Christina had just got out of a relationship. Remember, listen, we could go on for days and days and days and days about how the experts has been messing up from season to season to season. So I don't know why they act like this season any different. Okay, they've been just messing up. And I didn't CC Media. I didn't see episode one. I mean, season one. I started Married at First Sight season 5. So y'all gonna have to, fill me in on like how bad they messed up in the beginning because I didn't get that. Okay. Yes, Luke was definitely undercover. Okay, down on the low. Okay, we gonna talk about it. They've been messing up for a long time. Okay, I was sitting here and I was like, what we gonna talk about tonight? We need something to talk about. Okay, and I thought about it. Every time we get on these lives, okay, we start bringing up these old couples and these old, people. So I said, you know what? Let's just talk about these old contestants and how the experts have been messing up for the longest and how they want to be mad at us now that we done had enough. Okay, we done had enough and we just dragging them for the filth that they are because now we're turning our focus towards the experts. Like, why did you do this? We've been asking, why did you do this for the longest? Don't be mad now. Do not be mad now. So, y'all, let's talk about it. Who do y'all want to talk about first? Who do you think was one of the worst contestants in Married at First Sight history? Touch Me Not Karen. Okay, exactly. Okay, I'm leaving the bar with girls. Matt. Okay, did y'all not see my 3 worst? I think it was my top 3 worst men on Married at First Sight. I had Zach, Zach, Luke, and Matt. Yeah, we can't forget about Nate and Shayla was hopeful too. What happened with Nate and Shayla? See, you gotta let me know, CC Media, because I didn't get to talk about it. I didn't see it. I need to know what y'all thought about these people that they let in the cast. Let's get into this conversation. I am going to put the link into the comment. I mean, into the comment section. If you have anyone particular that you think you need to go off on, click the link and get in here. Okay. Yes. Matt, okay, so y'all, I'm not gonna say Brandon was one of the worst because even though Brandon hated production, at the end of the day, he was matched with Taylor, y'all. And Taylor was a piece of effing work. Okay, all she wanted to do was be on social media. Okay, she was staying the night at hotels. Okay, she was lying. She was doing the most. We can't act like Taylor was the perfect one. Okay, because if you got matched with Taylor, you might act out too. I'm just saying, no excuses for how Brandon acted because he did act out. But I'm just saying that Taylor gave him a whole run for his money, y'all. Okay, he wasn't the innocent one. She wasn't innocent in this. Fake yoga teacher, non-principal, mommy issues, Michael. Okay, the liar. Michael was definitely a liar. Do we think the experts messed up with Michael, or do we just think that Michael just, told some lies to get on the show, the same way he was telling all the lies while he was on the show? I mean, you guys, we got time tonight. Well, not too much time, but we got a little bit of time. Who else we got? Matt. Who y'all got? Who y'all running down in the comments? Let me see who y'all got running down in these comments. Whew. I need to know about Nate and Sheila. I need to know about them. I just Luke was horrible. Brandon, clout chasing Taylor. Yes, okay. Katie, ex-boyfriend, still in love with the ex-boyfriend Katie. Oh, we can't forget about her. Brett. Oh, wait, who is Brett? Brett. From last season, Brett? Okay, yeah, Brett from last season. Definitely. Okay. Zachary. Okay. Zach, who was, trying to get with with the girlfriend, her, his wife's best friend on the low. Okay. We ain't going to talk about it, but we going to talk about it. Let's get in there. Who y'all want to talk about first? Let's do it. Oh, yeah. Katie, the couple that never had sex. No. Katie had sex, but Katie was the one who was still in love with the ex while she was still dating, what was his name, y'all? I can't remember this kid's name right now. The young dude. Michael was on the DC version. Right. Michael, CC Media, she's here. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Okay, now I can.
Oh my goodness, I hope you can hear me. Hold on, maybe if I close out YouTube, is that me? Can y'all hear me? I'm trying to keep it up on my phone. Yes. Nate and Sheila, so I forgot what season they was on. They was on it was a yoga one girl in that one too. She was with Cody. They all didn't I think it was the episode when they all didn't make it, honestly. But they were a black love couple too that I was rooting for. And they got married. They said yes, but then they got divorced like a week later. So it was a mess on Instagram too.
One of the worst. Like, we trying to get down to the nitty gritty because I didn't see it. So I need to, give me some tea.
It's just he had to take care of his brother. So she was like married to him and he had to take care of his brother at the same time, like, because his brother was like going to school. And it was just real. He was real, like, kind of like Chris in the way, like, just about himself a little bit, but just wanted a trophy wife, quote unquote, somebody to just be submissive type of thing. So she wasn't with that. She was really independent and really stern about what she wanted. But they were nowhere near as bad as this right here. I think this season the top creme de la creme of terrible.
Okay, so we can't say Chris just yet, okay?
Okay. Before Chris. Matt.
A little bit of room, okay, to claim his throne, okay? A little bit of room.
Okay, you're right. We got to get him some time. It's only episode 3, child. You're right.
Episode 3, right.
But Matt was definitely terrible. If we want to go from like backwards, Matt to Brandon to man.
I think
what's the gay one?
I was thinking Matt too, right? But then when I was thinking Luke was the worst, right? But after the couples had their Where Are They Now episode after season 10, remember? And he came up there and he was talking about he got Instagram girls and all that other stuff. Matt, I said, oh no, it's a Matt for me.
No. I know it was messed up when he was leaving her at home and they kept showing the scenes of her crying. I'm not trying to laugh, But they just kept showing the scenes of her crying, being home alone. I'm like, what? Where is your husband?
Yes. And then she,
It was
I'm telling y'all, if y'all did not watch my video of the 3 worst men on Married at First Sight, go watch it, because she was sitting there like, I just don't want to believe it. Her whole best friend was sitting there telling her like, I saw him leave a club with a girl. He said when he came and talked to her, like, I thought I was gonna come back home. I was like, wait, so what happened?
Yeah. The best friend saved her a lot, but she was real. I think she was infatuated with how he looked versus his actual personality, because his personality was poor.
And he was like, living out his car too, right? He ain't had nowhere to stay either, right?
You right, he sure was living from couch to couch. He was.
Girl, Married at First Sight been playing us for years, honey. For years.
For too long. But he's not worse than well, I guess he's not worse than Brandon, because Brandon was just going through a lot with the production wise, like, which I see could be quite annoying because they want to be there every second of every moment. But he was taking it to the max with the anger. So I think that's a similarity. Him and, I know we're not talking about Chris yet, but they definitely got those similarities. Short.
See, but my thing with Brandon was, I actually liked Brandon. After Brandon did the whole trip, the blow up, okay, I was on him. I was like, oh no. But then when I started to see Taylor, because we got to separate production from relationship, right? So with the production, I understood his annoyance, but he wasn't that bad to Taylor. Taylor was a bad wife.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Remember the Instagram video?
That was foul though. She should not. Come on. First of all, ain't there an NDA they gotta sign? Like, you can't even be on here doing the most on social media. That's what I just assume that, because none of them be doing that. None of them are on social media talking like that.
But you gotta think about it. No one knew she was on a show. It didn't air yet, so she was just talking like she was down the street. Like, why is it so hard to find a man that I want?
Messy. Messy.
And then she stayed the night out with her friends, okay, at the hotel party, apparently, supposedly, and he didn't know where she was, and she didn't call him or nothing.
Yeah, she wasn't bad. She was bad. You pointed it out. You got it. You got that one. You got that one. I guess he had a reason to be emotional. Because he was emotional from the start to finish. So yeah, they were not meant to be at all.
Oh, they were both toxic. Don't get that wrong.
Yeah, very, very toxic. But I'm trying to think who else. Who's Brett? Oh, I forgot about Brett. That's the one with the cat dogs.
Brett was remember what Brett did that was so bad.
The one that he left after Corona, right? When I think Corona hit.
Brett was married to Olivia.
And he was mad she left to see her mom.
Married to. Right, he was mad. But Brett wasn't that bad to me. I feel like, yes, he was very what's that word called? Sarcastic. But Olivia was a piece of work too.
They both didn't want to change. That's why they didn't make it. They both was like, no, you come to my life. No, you come to my life. No, exactly. Like, where's the compromise? Like, come on now. Nah. I felt bad for I didn't really feel bad because she wasn't even crying or nothing. She wanted him to leave.
They both didn't care about each other. Okay, all he wanted to do was go home with his cats.
Right. That's why I was like, the one with the cats. All I remember him is rubbing his cats every confessional.
I loved it because I'm a cat girl.
Oh no, like my fiance, he's a cat man. No, I can't. We have that debate all the time. No, thank you. They sneaky. Them cats are sneaky. They had three cats and they didn't make it. Come on.
Cause he was like, her cat was trying to attack my cat, so I just had to leave.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
The cat was trying to.
I forgot. I totally forgot about that.
Exactly. You're not about to abuse my cat up in here, not today.
Listen, but he doesn't top. Who I think was terrible was Michael and what's the girl name? Poor thing, Mika.
Oh my God. So let me tell you, I felt bad for Mika. Michael is a whole character. That man will lie to your face, in your face, about your face. Okay.
Why did he keep a straight face doing it every time though?
Every time. Mika got like, you want to talk, you can have him. I don't want him no more. He made that girl go down to the yoga studio and she was not even there. Why would you even let her go?
Why did he tell her? He should have just left it alone. Like that was so I felt so bamboozled with her, and I felt like production felt bamboozled too because they didn't know what to believe. It's just it was a mess.
And then he
Her
bought her a
basket
trip
of
to
candy.
huh?
My bad. Go ahead.
Then he bought her a trip to where did he buy her a trip to? Jamaica? Cancun, somewhere they was going on a trip that they never went on,
I
and he
don't know.
supposedly had put up in his flight miles or some junk like. Oh God!
Yo, it was a mess. Nothing he was gonna do, it didn't make sense. So I feel her on the not trusting because that's the number one. You a stranger, I gotta trust you. Like
They started straight from the plane. Okay. Honey, we got on the plane. We got back from the plane. She was like, "Did you not say that if I didn't have sex with you after today, that you wasn't gonna be with me no more?" I said,
and then I was like, "Wait, what happened?" Like, there's some type of in-house thing that they kind of like you supposed to have. Like certain conversations is not on camera on purpose. So I feel like he was looking at her kind of crazy, like, why are you saying that here, like on camera when we had that privately, you know what I mean? So he probably didn't trust her from then too. Like, dang, you gonna put all our business that we talk about off camera on camera? Like, I was just playing, girl. And this ended up being a whole storyline, the whole season.
the whole season. Oh my God. Okay, so actually, y'all, now that we think about it, season 10, I think it gave us a run for our money because we had Zach and Mindy, we had Brandon and Taylor, and we had Michael and Mika in one season. That was my first season that I reviewed. And that season was full of drama.
Terrible. I forgot about Zach. He's the worst.
Zach is
He's the worst. He started messing with homegirl best friend.
Yes.
Why did he? No.
Sending her good morning text. How you doing, beautiful?
Fired. He's fired. No, he was the worst for sure. He didn't even state it. He didn't even do the experiment.
He never moved in. He never moved in.
Yo. And then, like, I felt so bad because you could see the pure heart in Mindy. So it sucks that these producers be doing this to these pure people. Like, they about to be in therapy for so many years.
This is what I said when I was reviewing that season. I said to them, everybody was like, but Mindy's so sweet. I said, we don't know Mindy yet. I said, every time we get to see Mindy, she crying because of Zach. So we don't know what type of personality she had, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the honeymoon is where it started because as soon as they got back to that room, she started crying. He said that he's not attracted to me. Walking down the hallway with the camera phone, crying.
Yeah. It was a mess from then, and I felt bad because I seen that he wasn't really that attractive. But come on now,
You know what did it for me with Zach? When Zach came over, okay, remember that. Let me set the scene for y'all. Zach came over. Zach had brought his little backpack. Okay, Mindy had took out his little stuff and started putting it in the drawers. Okay, thinking they was about to get in bed together. Zach went in his room, closed the door, and locked it. Honey.
Yep. I was like, wait, he think they roommates. And
she was so happy though. She was putting his little stuff in the drawer.
Yes.
Holding up his t-shirt.
It was like you could have just stayed home, man. Like you didn't even have to. That's what made me think he was kind of like maybe undercover. Because I'm like, why wouldn't you want to? She's beautiful. Like, why wouldn't you want to cuddle with her or at least gas her up? I mean, even Henry stayed in the bed with Christina, and
we don't even know that for a fact, though. We never got to the bottom of Henry and Christina. We don't know what they was doing in that house, girl.
You think they were staying in two different rooms?
Who knows? Who knows? They were always at each other's neck.
I think they was at least staying in the same room.
Hey, we never got to that point, right? We never really heard them say they slept in the same bed together.
That's true. I ain't never seen a scene that they was in the bed together. Even talking.
They was always on that couch.
Always
drinking wine and arguing.
That's a fact. Poor Henry. I hope he ain't. I think him and Olivia gonna make it. They've been catching up.
Are they really though?
That's his speed. He needs
I
somebody to
gotta go
lead.
see it. It's up there now. He's still talking about them too.
I don't know. I ain't seen it since Christmas. I gotta check back since the New Year. I gotta see. Who's Katie? Katie in the world
Oh,
female.
you don't remember Katie? Katie was from
Katie and who?
Katie. Oh my God, Katie was
She
from
was with
season 10 too with Katie and Derek. Remember, Katie was still in love
Derek.
with the season 10 was the worst. Remember, Katie was still in love with the ex-boyfriend, and she was mad at Derek for having dreams, and because he just wanted to be a kid at heart. Oh Lord,
Which one? Y'all gotta tell me more. Who was the other couples on that season? Because I know every season you got.
that's the
Let me see.
season that it was. It was Katie and Derek, Taylor and Brandon, Michael and Emika, Zach and the whole season was
Is
jacked
Derek
up.
the one that he had a girlfriend already and he was on the show with the girl?
Who?
Derek. He had a
No,
black
not
girlfriend.
Derek.
That's not the one. Oh, that's Luke. My
No,
bad.
Derek was the good guy. Okay, it was Katie who was crazy, and then Katie tried to. She said she stayed with him after they got married, and then she was supposed to have been sleeping with one of her ex boyfriends again, cheating on him, and they had rented out a condo that they end up having to. They still had to pay because she didn't want to be with him no more. It was a mess with Katie.
Ooh, I remember I had to Google their face.
Yeah, it
Ooh,
was the whole season, girl.
yes. Oh, they were so. Oh, they were toxic. They were
So I'm
toxic.
gonna just say that season 10 was the worst.
Definitely. They I think they did that one quick. I think that was the quick season where they did it real
No,
quick after
that season went for 16 episodes, girl.
the one right. It was right after season 9, though, I think, because they was they go back to back with Married at First Sight now.
Right. That's the
Wow, yeah,
thing. That
Derek,
was
I
the worst
forgot.
season.
That was. They were terrible in that one. Season 10. Ooh.
The
Yeah.
whole cast, girl. Let me pull up season 10, the whole cast, because that's the cast right there.
Yeah, that's the one. That's if it's a whole cast award,
It goes to them.
definitely goes to season 10.
The
Let me
worst
see. So
cast.
who was season 11? Let me see. Season 11 was okay. So that was the good people. The
We had Amani and Woody,
Amani Winnie,
Karen, and Mouse.
Karen and Miles.
Right. We had Amelia and Bennett. I think after
I
season
love
10,
them.
they had to give us some love in season 11 because they effed up real bad in season
I was
10.
gonna say season 11 saved the day for them. Saved the day for the franchise.
Oh yes, Katie went out with Zach. You right, isn't that? Remember Katie went on a date with Zach?
Yep.
Girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a mess. They're a whole hot mess.
We gonna have to start over, y'all. So I don't understand why Married at First Sight act like they've been screwing us over for all these years and we've been making up this stuff on our own.
Right. They know we need to be in the matchmaking room because this is a hot mess. I'm trying to see. Oh, let me see. See who messed up season 8. Season 8 was a good one too.
Was
No,
that?
that's
I
the
think
one
that's the one with Mia.
With Stephanie and AJ. They still made it. Christine and they made it.
They made it, yeah.
What's the other black couple didn't make it, but she pregnant now. Jasmine and
Oh, Jasmine and what's his name? He was a piece of work too. Always sleeping all the time.
Yeah, He wasn't feeling her swag. I liked her swag, and he wasn't feeling it.
Beautiful. Yes.
Will.
Yes. And that was Mia and the other dude. What's his name? They was on that season, right?
That was Luke and Katie. That's who I thought y'all was talking about at first. Luke and Katie, the one where he was undercover gay, but he really just got a black girlfriend. The whole season.
You can't tell me he not on the reunion. She said that he put that in his profile as a joke. Don't no straight man put that in their profile as a joke.
Sorry, my son trying to say what he thought about Katie too.
Okay. Hey, little man.
But yes, he what you said? He said what at the reunion? He was a
At the
hot mess
reunion,
at the reunion. He was
said
mad.
that he put that he was into men on his profile as a bet that he had lost.
Okay, yeah. Mm-mm.
And I was saying,
Right.
and remember he said he felt dead inside after they had sex.
Yo, why did he say that?
He felt repulsed when he kissed her. And he felt dead inside after they had sex. Girl,
I
bye.
cannot. She's gorgeous too, so that's why I'm so shocked he was acting like that. Like, stop. You mad rude. Like, no, bye. I was over
He
him.
didn't really like her.
He
He don't
didn't
like
like
women.
talking about. Wasn't he like being weird even with the cast? Like he didn't want to like engage or something. It was something weird about him.
Wait, hold on. Amber, who was matched with Matt, was dating Will, Jasmine's husband. Girl,
Ooh,
stop playing. This way.
Amber
You
that
gotta
was
break
with
that down
me.
on me. You just can't
I
come in the chat with a whole statement and then walk out like that.
You're right. I did see that. They was painting with a twist or something like that, right? I think I saw that picture. I saw that picture online. They did go on a date.
Ooh, honey.
They did. It didn't work out, child. She just feeling herself out here. He said dead inside. Yes, that dead inside got me too, Rose. Oh my
Yes.
God.
He didn't like women. If you have sex with somebody, okay, and you feel dead inside, that means you don't like nothing that got to do with that person or that
Right.
okay, because you can have some bad sex, but if you feel dead inside and you feel repulsed, I'm gonna need you to go into details a little bit. Like, what about this whole situation made you feel that bad? I mean,
Listen.
usually men don't really care what you look like if they're getting some.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, nah, he was just, it was just himself dealing with himself. No, I wasn't feeling him. But yo, let's go back to season 7. Do you remember season 7?
Okay, who was on season 7?
Homegirl that had the restraining order.
Mia.
Yes.
The one who was stealing the credit cards and stuff. Who got arrested at the airport.
Female award goes to her. Sis, we didn't even get on the flight. You got me out here seeing if I'm a ride or not. Like, what?
But this is what I mean by the experts, right? Because the experts be like, oh, we vetted them. We did all the background searches. So how did she get arrested at the airport? Please make it make sense. She had a warrant out for her arrest at the airport.
Girl, I was like, wait, what? They didn't catch this. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Like, I felt bad and I really was hopeful for them, but it was on top of things, and he was like, I gotta get out of here. Like,
he said I'm still stuck on the charges, girl. The charges was he had a straight-in order out against her. She was stealing his credit card and stuff. Woo, child. Mia lied about her name to cover her track. She lied about her name?
oh, that's not her
That's
real
not her
name?
name?
Man, listen, sis is out here living a different life.
Y'all
This was
stop
just
playing.
fun.
Mia not her name, though?
See,
but she got that cleared up. Natasha said she got that cleared up, though.
See, nah, I don't believe it because she's been a pathological liar since the episode 1. So
They had
trust
some big blow ups too.
Yes, very bad. Like they were toxic. They had to go.
Oh my
It wasn't gonna work.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like,
I'm just
she wins
thinking about all
that
this.
worst female to me. Worst female.
I would say it would be Mia, Taylor, Katie, and what's the girl name who was dating the dude who is now married to one of the old experts?
Oh my gosh, Molly. Molly, no, she was so bad with that terrible red wig. He didn't say that. He didn't say he wanted that.
Was at the bar with the phone outside saying, "Hey, he's such a baby. He's crying."
Yo, she was so mean. She was like a mean girl, and it's like, is this your real life? Is this how you are? Because drunk mind, sober thoughts. I ain't. She was so mean.
I forgot Molly. Yo, she sucked.
Yeah,
I'm seeing it's a lot of bad girls up here too, not just the men, y'all.
Yeah, they definitely got their share of both sides. Like, and it's been like I'm telling you, I know you just got in season 5, but it's been crazy since season 1. You got to go back to the throwbacks to see that raw, terrible drama. Like, it was bad.
It was bad.
It was
So
bad.
that's why I'm a little surprised that a lot of Married at First Sight fans be like, oh, the direction of the show is going so wrong. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, and I was saying to myself, we've always been wrong. Like,
right. No, it's always been a 1% chance. Like,
it's always been wrong.
it's always been that's what makes the show so great, because it's always a game of chance, because you can't predict people's actions. Like, you can put them on paper, but like, like they say, how they act in the jungle, we gonna see how you survive. So, oh, child.
Oh, now they done brought up Iris.
Iris
Iris
oh,
was the
yeah,
virgin.
the virgin.
With Keith.
Oh, poor thing. That was I don't know why she ain't. I'm not gonna see.
Listen. Listen. Honey.
Listen, what I want to say.
I do, honey.
You ain't gotta say no more nothing. I don't I'm not gonna say how she messed that up, because that's not the right thing. But why not? Why she want to try it out?
A little bit.
Like, why she? Hey, girl.
It's the waters, girl. You might like it.
Why was you repulsed at him licking her like that? I was so like, wait, what's going on? It had to be something deeper.
And they was meshing so well. I think if they would have just had that intimate connection, they could have made it.
Yeah, I don't know. She messed that. I don't want to say that. I'm not gonna say that. They were both.
What though? Like, hey y'all. I honestly, hey girl. I didn't really care for Keith either, because like Keith low key was like Matt. He just was better at hiding it. Because she would say like he would come home, but he'd stay out to 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know about y'all, but my husband can't stay out to no 2, 3, 4 o'clock.
What was that? I don't remember that. Maybe I was blinded.
No. She said it in an interview with somebody that I watched.
It don't count.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like, I wouldn't bring up stuff because we had an agreement that we were gonna keep the bedroom stuff like, to ourselves, because we both worked with children and we didn't want to so like, but Keith would kind of like renege on that. Like he would, like in the virgin thing, she said they were the ones that kept bringing it up. And she said they did other stuff. So to me, they did everything but, and
oh, she was using her jaws.
Yeah,
and she still ain't saying that.
And girl, it must not be good because he didn't.
Well, and I know some people may not agree with me, but I feel like if you do that, you ain't a virgin no more. You just got a hymen.
Exactly.
You can catch an STD from it, baby. You didn't have sex. You just didn't have it's like the girls in school, they would do that, or they would, do the other whole virgin. No, baby, you ain't. You just.
But I feel bad because he was like, she needs to get. I feel like he wanted a freak.
He did
that, and that's why it didn't work, because she wasn't.
He wanted a freak. I think he just wanted someone who was comfortable with their sexuality. Because remember, he said, "What's your favorite style?" And she had said something about doggy style, and she was like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Girl, stop acting like you ain't never watched a porno in your life." Okay, sit here talk about something. What's that?
You know what it is. And my thing is, like, I have friends that are virgins, but they're not repressed. Like, Iris was repressed, and to me, I feel like she held on to her virginity with like an iron fist grip. But I am glad he didn't give it up to him, though, and I'm glad he didn't try to take it, because I feel like if he would have pressed her a little bit, she would have gave it up. Because
I mean, they was married. I don't know why not, but I mean, that's her decision.
They was doing everything else. I mean, at this point, what you waiting for? You're married.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like, if you're married, you can do what you want to do. I mean, but I think that maybe Iris knew, like she knew if she would have slept with him, there would have been some real, because if she would have slept with him and then he would have dumped her, we would have talked about him so bad.
Yeah.
We would have, y'all. We talked about him so bad.
Mhm.
It would have been another Nate and Sheila situation where like he played the good guy for the camera, but on the low in the background he was doing some other stuff.
Yes, Gary, he was fine. Hey, Happy Mood.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Nate was very attractive, but when Nate like
no, not mate, the Keith.
Oh yeah, Keith was fine. Yeah, he was cute. He kind of reminded me of Jay Boog. Was I the only one that thought that?
Yo,
Ooh, girl,
little Jay Boog.
I was like, he looked like Jay Boog to me. Like
it's the hair.
Yeah, I think it's the hair, but like I'm gonna need him to just like shade that facial hair off though, because it don't look right. It look like taco meat.
Oh Lord! Lord!
Like it don't like me. I'm type if you can't grow a full beard, just rock a baby face. It's okay. Like listen, we like the baby face too. Like it's okay.
Oh wait, let's go back to Molly real quick because it looked like didn't know that she what's his name? Who was she dating?
Right, what was his name?
John.
He married, huh?
John was his name. He married. He married. What was her name?
Oh my God.
Oh man, I don't know.
Jessica, Dr. Jessica.
Oh, so that's why she can't be on the show no more because she broke that off.
Yeah, and see, to me, like looking back on it, like how she rode Molly so hard. Like
Molly deserved it.
No,
Molly deserved it.
I think she deserved it. Like, don't get me wrong. I think she deserved it, but I also think in the back of her mind, she kind of was starting to like him a little bit. And then, Molly tried to say, well, she was their therapist, and Jessica was like, no, I was assigned to be an expert on this show. Y'all had y'all's own individual therapists that were in the background that y'all could have taken advantage of. To me, I think because she wasn't to me, Molly did what the dudes do when they ain't attracted to the woman, like. She just like she couldn't, and the dude was. I mean, he was nice looking.
John, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then he quit his job to be on the show, but then he went and got a job.
He did though.
Yeah, but then he secured a job while he was, on the show. And so to me, I was like, okay, well, at least I know if things get lean, he know how to get out here and hustle.
She didn't want nothing to do with that man, honey.
He didn't, and I don't understand why. Like, I don't get what it was. And my thing is like, I
feel like he stinked a little bit. I think he probably was stinky.
Girl,
you know how there be some guys that just got that naturally stinky odor.
Yeah,
I think he was in the military.
Like that old man shit.
Yeah, that must.
Maybe, but then he was low down for bringing up the fact that she had a threesome in college. Nobody need to know all that. Like that, you didn't have to put that girl's business on front.
Yeah, why did he do that?
Because he was mad.
They was going back and forth all the time.
You can't be with nobody like that.
Oh my God, they were horrible. So that's what my thing is, y'all. So that's why I'm sitting here like. The experts been playing us. Why all of a sudden right now we in a rage? We should have been in a freaking rage.
To me, we should have been in a rage when it moved to Lifetime, because when it was on FYI, it was GOAT. I mean, we had that, the second season, that Ryan guy that they had to get a restraining order on him, remember? Because he like threatened her.
No, girl, give us the tea, because I didn't see. I started at season 5.
Okay, well, back in season 2, it was a dude. It was Ryan Renalone, Ryan somebody else, can't think of his name, and then it was a girl named Jessica, and then it was, I can't remember who all it was, but anyway, basically the Ryan and Jessica were together, and that she was Puerto Rican and he was like Russian, I think, or something like that. So he grew up like very old school mentality where the men talk to women any way they want to because they worked and the woman stayed at home, and she didn't grow up that way, and so they he would just. Like he would get mad over like the littlest thing and like just kind of like go off, and then like she'd be trying to apologize. It was real like.
What couple was this? You said Ryan and Jessica.
This was
season 2.
Yeah, season 2. And so they ended up staying together.
I remember them, New York.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Back when they just had all the seasons in New York, they ended up staying together, but then they broke up. But she had to get a restraining order on him because he threatened to kill her family. Girl, it was deep. Like it was.
Yeah, Italian came out of him.
Yeah, he was real, like it was a mess. And like the other Ryan, he was with the half Indian girl. So that was the first time they ever had. Well, really, Ron and Jessica were interracial because she was Puerto Rican and he was like Italian. And I mean, that's two different races. And then they had the Indian girl, Davina, who only dated white guys.
Yes, was that the doctor? And
no, he was a nurse, and she was
a nurse.
Yeah, she was like a medical sales rep or whatever. But he lived in Jersey, and she lived in New York City. And like neither one of them wanted to move. They weren't gonna work because she wanted somebody that had a little bit more bass. He wanted somebody that was a little bit more feminine. And then the other Ryan that was with Jacqueline, he lived with home with his mama, and I feel like
that was funny.
Yeah, why they set them up like that?
And but see, they could have
his mama basement.
Yeah, he lived in her basement. Like
and they had to move in together, right?
Yes, they had to choose a spot.
But you know, they had to go. I liked it back then because you had to go look for your own spot. And to me, that kind of set you up for whether or not you was gonna stay.
Yes, I feel like they was locked in though. They
should have did that from the beginning. They should have kept it that way because I think it was more organic.
It was, and then those
were Miami couples because they was the ones that had me scared too.
Hold on, wait. Who is Sam? I keep seeing stuff about Sam.
Oh, I
didn't watch that.
The first time they were in Atlanta, she was Spanish and white. And she got matched with the dude that was Indian. And then
Neil.
Yeah, Neil. And Neil was so handsome though. Like with that beard, he was so good looking. And they ended up like she didn't like him. She kind of emasculated him. Well, she did. Like she would like talk about the fact that he had a man bag and like okay, but then like as the season went on, like she fell for him. But it was too little, too late. She had already dogged him so much that he was like, "Nah, bro, we good."
He was giving her no play. Like she was being really mean to him for like
3 weeks. They had leaked the finale where everybody found out that she said yes, but he said no, and she ran out the building crying.
What?
Like, I remember she was on the
sidewalk. Go back and watch that season.
Yeah. So she was.
Season 3 was good.
That was the season with Trey and Vanessa, and I think he cheated on her that whole season. If you ask me.
Really?
Yes, because like it came out that he was messing with girls, but I honestly feel like he was another Tristan. I feel like he wanted a white girl because remember he was, but the mama dipped on him because you know her family didn't like that he was black. So his mama left him, but I didn't agree with the fact that when they got into it, she left. I didn't think that was cool. Like
she wasn't smart.
Yeah,
I'm surprised she went to HBCU. I'm surprised she ain't went. Family ain't like black people like that.
Well, I mean,
I called him the B word 5 times too many. Jesus.
Yes, like she would call him she'd call him a female dog. Like he had went to a wedding and she couldn't go, and he brought her some stuff back. I think that's when she kind of realized, like, oh crap. And then remember, they had almost got into a car accident when they had went to Costa Rica because she was on the wrong side of the road.
Wait, all of this happened?
Yes. That was like what, season 3 or 4?
Yeah, that was 3.
Yeah, that was.
We Slave by Reality said that you were married at first night. Slave by Reality said you were married at first sight historian. I love it.
It's the counselor and me. I remember all the details. Okay, like you. I
see.
Like I have
a really good show for that too. Like to learn how to get through certain situations. Like, oh, I would not do that. I would do this.
Right. That's why I started watching because I was like, it's intriguing. It's interesting. You see, like people work through these problems. The expert's going to help you. You know, and then it just go haywire, and you just be like, what the heck happened?
No, we actually talk about this show in like a lot of my counseling classes. Like majority of my professors watch it, and like we've had to do like analyze and do papers on this show. Like there's some real like life connotations that are shown in this show that you really don't like. Like I ain't even gonna front. Like last season was like I be so slow, and I'm like, ooh, I dislike you before I like you, but I've gotten to where I'm not so mean about it, like standoffish. Because like I
only go to.
No, so I mean, the seasons were great though. They
Yeah.
To me, the earlier seasons were the best. But my favorite couple was Courtney and
no, Kelsey,
what?
no. We doing the worst. The worst.
Courtney and Jason, RIP to them. Yeah, they didn't make it.
They didn't make it. Like, they both married other people, but I knew they weren't gonna make it when they did the couples cam, and she wanted to move back home, and he still wanted to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, geography will break you up before anything else will. Like, I feel like the three things that break people up are money, geography, and children.
And that's why a lot of them breaking up now with the last 3 seasons.
When they moved them into a mutual space because they said that they realized that money played a big issue in the divorce rate and people not being able to naturally fall in love with each other. So they put them into a mutual space and they gave them I think they gave them $5,000 or something. So they took the worry of actual marriage problems off the table. And I think that when you do that in a situation where you're trying to get two people to actually connect in real life and build a life together.
Oh no, come back.
Did she freeze? Because I was like, because I can't.
Yeah.
No, I agree with what she said though.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I feel like for me, the worst was Danielle. And from what I've seen, she's still the worst.
Danielle. Let me go back to that one.
Remember she was married to Bobby and he just kind of did whatever she told him to do?
I love that. Don't do that. But that's his style. That was their styles. You could tell. Like, he needed somebody to be a leader and she was about to lead him all the way. Like,
yeah, I could see that. Like, I could see them, you know, being that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I just, like, the way she talked to him sometimes, I couldn't really rock with.
But I really when she was saying that, it reminded me of when I think they put him in the same place too, because first of all, putting cameras in somebody's house is not easy. So I'm sure them having them as lab rats in the same apartments is good on budget.
That, and then, you know, those apartment complexes, they probably use that. They probably got a good rate, you know, because that's free market.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people don't want to, you know, and they can raise the rents because of it. And but I will say this though, I don't like that they interact so much
with each other.
Yes, because I think that leads to comparisons.
It do. And I also think though that they need to meet with couples that worked out. They need to bring that into the show.
Like, I think so too. Like, and excluding Jamie and Doug, because they was always gonna work because and I hate to say this, but he knew what he looked like, and he even said, "I know what I look like." And I'm just being 100. Like,
don't do Doug.
Like, I mean, she ain't that big of a prize either. But I mean, to me, that evenly matched, if you ask me.
Oh,
Jamie and Doug, they're evenly matched in the looks department. I will say that.
I don't agree with that.
I
feel like if you would have walked down the aisle and saw Doug, let's be honest, honey.
Girl, I probably would turn back around.
You would have had a whole meltdown.
Yeah, I would have had a whole meltdown just like she did. But I mean, but you know what though? These couples could learn a lot from Jamie though.
Yeah,
because she stuck it, like, from Jamie, like, they could learn a lot from the two of them because they stuck it out. Yeah, I agree with LL. Mia and Tristan were terrible, and the fact that she didn't want to say she was black really bothered me too, because because I'm sitting here looking at your daddy, he my color. Like, baby, you black, you just came out of a little fair, but and to me,
she was pulling that I'm Texas all the way, like, you still
black. Like that. Oh, like how Ryan does this season. I'm Creole, honey. Bye, you black. You was El Negro. You black, and I really didn't rock with them. But the absolute worst, in my opinion, because like Matt, I feel like she did that to herself. So I don't even fault him. But to me,
what you think it's her fault that Matt was acting like that?
No, I don't fault him as much as I do her, because when somebody treating you like a dog, you get up and you leave. And it wasn't like they was 10, 15 years in the game, had kids, house, and all that. So like, what reason you got to stay, baby? Like, when this man didn't come home the first time, I wouldn't have been there when he got back. It's about some self-respect, and she needed to get some.
Yeah.
But to me,
She didn't have none of it.
worst,
She was ready to have his babies.
girl, she was. And then she tried to go on them little shows and play like she didn't really care for him for real. Yes, you did.
Yo. And I'm like, she did it for like a year straight too. I'm like, all right, sis, we need a new story.
Like you try something else. No, but for me, the worst of the worst was Vaughn. And I don't care. You know, he the OG. To me, he was the worst.
Let me remember Vaughn. Hold on, I'm Googling that because I remember faces.
You remember it was Vaughn and Monique.
Oh my yes, season one.
From season one. To me, he will always take the cake because he sat up there and told that girl after she had foot surgery, "Ain't nothing wrong with your hand, ain't nothing wrong with your mouth." Like, why would you say that?
Yo, he was so mean to Monet, and she was so down. And it's like to a certain point.
But you know what?
Like,
though? But she was right though when she said he wanted a white woman because that's what he ended up with.
Up.
Mm-hmm.
He needs somebody submissive, and certain men just need that so that they can feel superior.
But the thing of it is, he would have been that way had he been head of household.
Hey, but she didn't want to move to Jersey though. That was one thing. Remember, he had his house in Jersey, and she was like, "I'm not moving to Jersey.
I ain't moving to Jersey." And to me, I follow her on Instagram. She lives in Cali now, but to me, I feel like she had her own issues of that single black female perspective of, I'm just gonna do what I do. But Vaughn was so Vaughn, Monet was stuck in her ways too. But like to me, Vaughn is just, I don't know, like it was something about him that just made me itch. It was something about him that just did not sit right in my soul. Like
it was that military. He was very stern.
Yeah,
I'll be scared when they be putting military men on the show. I'll be like, uh-oh.
Yeah, because I grew up in a military family, like with aunts and uncles and cousins that were all military, and like they are very, like my aunt who's military, she's very like X, Y, Z. This is what it's gonna be, and you can't.
Do they have any military this season? I don't think so.
No, they didn't have any military this season. But I will say this though, I think this season, like they need to start. Like how they casting for Boston now, they need to start doing some better background checks on these people. They need to start talking to these people's exes. Because you can have good reality TV, but if you ask me, I'm gonna say this, and maybe I'm just crazy and I'm just thinking too far-fetched. I don't know, but to me, I feel like Chris and his baby mama set this whole thing up.
Oh no!
I feel like because ain't no way he didn't know she was pregnant. Ain't no way he didn't know.
He was applying while she was pregnant.
Yeah, to me, they broke up the timeline said what they broke up in June. They filmed the show in August, and then they asked him, "Was there anything that needed to be?" Which leads me to think that they knew. But to me, I feel like him and that girl, they played this, like they did this show for the money, and the pandemic really mess with people that own like those chain restaurants because you lost all your money.
You think Chris out here?
It really is like
Are you back? Yes, we back.
I don't know what's going on. Y'all know I'm in the middle of a snowstorm, and
my gosh,
my internet keep going in and out. And then I was like, let me try to get on from my phone because like they wilding.
Yes, we gotta be careful out there with the snow.
You're real clear.
Yeah, because I'm on my phone. My laptop camera is way different.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Oh, Mia's Jamaican. Listen, then my thing is, baby, in Jamaica they come in all different shades, but majority be of a darker tone. Like you, I'm sorry, like she just. The two of them were trash together, and I fully believe had Mia been my complexion or Chloe's complexion, I fully believe he would have left her at the airport and never looked back.
Yo, do not say that. I cannot. He wasn't that bad.
No, I mean
Signal, get better for Chloe. That ain't right. Snowstorm, stop it.
I know it. He tried, but she was crazy.
Yeah,
like she had some for real like dissociative identity. Like she had some for real bipolar stuff going on. Like she